Hey guys, today we're going to take a break from talking about the horrors and ramifications of the Cold War and adolescent treatment centers abusing their patients by talking about Saturday morning cartoon intros. Specifically, what makes one a certified hood classic banger. A cartoon's intro is such an integral part of the series. When you think of Pokemon, you think,
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
when you think of About Little Einsteins, you think,
Zooming through the sky, little Einsteins.
kids have a very low attention spans, right? If they're not hooked within the first minute, they'll probably wander off to play with Legos or something. That's why TikToks are so goddamn successful. That's why the intro needs to be special, to smack the Legos right out of their hand and put their attention on the screen. Honestly, it's one of those things about cartoons that stays in our heads for so long. And today, I'm gonna give this niche a little appreciation by stating and explaining every aspect of a cartoon's intro that needs to be on point. First of all, it needs to be informative. The intro needs to explain what the show is about so kids can understand what they're watching. Also, when singing or humming the song later, it will remind them of what the show is about, and it'll give them more of a connection to the material. Also, an intro can still be informative without lyrics. Second of all, it needs to be iconic. Basically, it needs to be catchy as hell. Making the intro iconic will practically make the show timeless. Like, it's been a fat minute since any of us has seen the Little Einsteins when we were kids, and we still remember that song. Just singing that in a school bus will make everyone go buck-ass wild. Third of all, it has to have emotion. This aspect is more subjective, but the intro has to make the kid feel something. The intro has to make someone want to get out of their seat and rip their taxes in half and say fuck you to their boss or teacher. It has to get you hyped, not only for the show, but in a general sense as well. With all that being said, I'm going to talk about some cartoon intros and what I think about them, but I have two rules for it. Rule 1, I'm not going to count any anime because that's a whole other discussion. Rule 2 is that I will only be counting the intro in the start of the actual episode, so no extended intros allowed. Also, the quality of the intro will have nothing to do with the show. What I'm saying is that a good show can have a bad intro. And without further ado, let's look at intro 1. This intro is ass! What the hell did I just watch, dude? There's no lyrics. The intro is like only 20 seconds long, too. Cartoon Network must have known this intro sucked because they barely used it for the show. Like, I can remember millions of times I've seen Gumball episodes and not seen that intro. And I love Gumball. It's one of my favorite shows ever made, period. But this intro's just god awful, man. Like, when I was making this video, I had to double check if the show even had an intro. That's how forgettable it is. Now, I do remember the song, but I just feel like I've heard it in something other than the intro, like in advertisements or something. The only thing I kinda like about it is that it does represent how random the amazing world of Gumball can be.
I'm a tasty, tasty bun to be baked and eaten. Oh, how fun! You can have me with breakfast, have me with brunch. You can have me with your dinner, you can have me with your lunch. I'm a tasty, tasty bun to be baked and to be kneaded. Oh, how fun! Bun.
It's also weird that, like, Gumball has great songs in its episodes.
Sell you to a freak show on its way to Uruguay. I can get you stuck on a fairground ride. Send you to a wedding in some West End with you as the bride.
So it's weird that they, like, didn't go full throttle for that on the intro. Anywho, the next intro on the list is... Even though I have a lot of nostalgia for this intro, I do have to say most of it's kind of ass. It doesn't really explain what the show is at all, except cool dudes in murder cars fighting furries. And this is like a multiverse show, and that's barely expressed in the intro, and that's like a pretty important part of this series. Also, the lyrics are basically just, we a team, we drive, and we Gucci. Like, that's literally Fast and Furious, dog. You gotta give me more than that, man. Though, the iconic part of this intro is very strong in me. I don't even like Hot Wheels, and I haven't seen the show since I was like 9, and I still remember the theme song. I don't even have to rewatch the intro to still remember the Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, you know? Okay, next intro, the Teen Titans intro. Honestly, most of this is kind of perfect, but like, why does it look like it was put together by an amateur? What the actual fuck is this? This looks like it was drawn by a 6-year-old. Also, using real footage of animals for both Raven and Beast Boy looks a little uncanny and out of place, you know, next to these anime characters. And at the end, when it zooms in, it looks like an amateur did this. Like, what is going on? Anyways, everything else here is pretty solid. Like, you could probably hum the song if you wanted to. Like, that's how iconic it is. And it explains exactly what the Teen Titans are about. I just wanted to mention it because of the weird laziness I've never heard anyone else mention about this intro. Okay, I'm gonna talk about 3 intros as one, in a way. Just follow close, alright? It's the Disney Channel XD problem. Gravity Falls, Owl House, and Amphibia kind of all fall into this slot. They don't have lyrics, but they do show the atmosphere for each show pretty effectively. For Gravity Falls, the theme is very lively, but it also has a faint fill of thrill and mystery to it. Amphibia is a series about adventure, so the whole intro is just quick clips of fantastical adventures, with the theme also being very upbeat and, I don't know, making you want to see more. Also, the Owl House intro basically has the same gist as the Gravity Falls one, but it does conform some of it to more of the Harry Potter elements of the Owl House. Now, here's where we get to the problem. I don't know if I can classify these themes as iconic. Gravity Falls definitely is for me, but I'm a part of the generation who grew up with it, you know? The Owl House and Amphibia themes have not had that effect on me, even though I've seen a lot of both of those shows. And rewatching the intros for this video really shows me that the Gravity Falls intro isn't that much better than these two. So I honestly think it's just more of a nostalgia factor for these. I don't want to make this video redundant by talking about a billion intros, so this next one's gonna be the last one. And this one fucking slaps.
Triplets born, the throne awaits. A seer warns of a deadly fate. Give up your children, separate. Bide your time, lie in wait. Sonic Underground, Sonic Underground. They made a vow their mother will be found. The children grow, learn what's right. Leaders of the freedom fight. They seek their mother, she knows they do. Is it time if she only knew? Will the prophecy come true? Sonic Underground, Sonic Underground.
I long for my children, but I have to wait. To act too soon could seal their fate.
They made a vow their mother will be found. Sonic Underground.
This has everything I want. This song is fucking bars and tells you exactly what you need to know. The premise is fully laid out in one of the most catchiest songs I've ever heard. And the emotion, god damn! I want Sonic and his siblings to save their mother right now with how much this singer is screaming about it. It's the only new? Will the prophecy come true? Did Kendrick write this shit? Cause it's bars! This intro is just the best, dude. Honestly, there are a lot of good cartoon intros, so I'm just gonna compile a bunch of them for the outro.
Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when.
That's a split inside of every single